hyped. You got any bad jokes for me?
I have any bad jokes
You
for
got any
you?
bad puns or anything for me?
Okay. Here, let me fucking grind one out for you. So, uh, uh, what did uh, what did the uh bear say to the otter?
What?
You just shit on my shoes, bro. Don't worry. We don't have to stop here. It's fine. I'll go get a towel and some water. I know things are hard for you. Sorry, wait, no, that wasn't a joke. That was a gay romance going on in my head. Sorry, that's not very hype. I'll find something better. Here, okay, I'll stir one up for you. Uh, so why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know why the chicken crossed the road, Adam.
The chicken crossed the road to escape from the life that was behind him and to try out a new unknown. He didn't know if his path would be dangerous, but goddamn if he wasn't gonna walk it. Wait, shit, that wasn't a joke either. There wasn't a punchline. Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up. I'll get a good one. I'll get a real fucking side tickler for you. Get you really fucking hyped about it. Hold up. Okay. So there's a car and it pulls up in the drive-through of a Mickey D's and the Mickey D's employee comes up to the window and says, "Sir, you need to back up. You're supposed to order at the menu. There's a little microphone on the front, and then you can come up here to pay." Uh, and then the person inside the car said Tony sends his regards, and then he lifts up his 9 millimeter pistol and executes the McDonald's employee for their slights against the boss. Everybody knows who to fuck with and who not to fuck with, except for that motherfucking McDonald's employee, I guess.
Huh.
Uh, oh shit, that wasn't a joke either. Oh god. Oh, I really fuck it up here now. I gotta. Shit. Well, God, have you started recording?
Yeah.
This is this is podcast by podcast. Uh,
Adam
there's been
tells
a
bad
change.
jokes is now a new
There's
series.
there's been a change of plans. As there often are. We had an episode. We had a real fucking good episode for you guys. A real fucking side splitter. A real fucking stirrer upper. But you know how life goes, especially in the fucking weird ass age we live in. So,
I broke my
dead
PC.
people, computer viruses, fucking the whole kit and caboodle. So as you can tell, me and my co-host here are in fucking amazing spirits.
It's been a long week, dude.
It's been a long fucking week. So yeah, sometimes things don't go exactly how you expect. Sometimes you get the rug kind of pulled out under you from under you in a unfortunate twist of fate. And so people like me and Sergio try to make jokes through this. Uh, my Joker doesn't seem to be working quite right now, but don't worry, we'll get that fixed. I'm sure I'll be able to pull out a good joke by the end of the podcast here. So don't you worry. Just fucking settle yourselves in and get ready for a real fucking comedic time.
It's true. All you gotta do is make one joke. Just one.
hmm And if you have to cry during the podcast, that's okay, but you have to laugh while you're crying. Just just cover your sobs with screaming laughter, so that we can't tell. It'll work for us, my dude. hmm I feel the same way.
So are we doing the same? Are we talking about the same stuff we were talking about in the last podcast that we
The
failed?
the missing
The
podcast,
missing podcast,
the
yeah,
non-existent.
the lost tapes.
I don't remember what the fuck we talked
We
about in the
talked about
lost tape.
microtransactions in the last one.
Microtransactions.
Microtrags and it's oh god,
Oh
how was that a word?
Lord, we name dropped like a ton of companies.
Yeah, we really
We
shat
were
on
on
them,
a
dude.
rampage,
We really
weren't we?
shat on them.
Maybe it's fate.
Yeah, the world will never know. The world will never know.
maybe, maybe, maybe the truth is we're gonna get monetized one day, and maybe something we said in that hidden dead recording, the forever lost tapes, will have killed a future fucking
Sponsorship.
deal for us. And so, I guess, I guess, sorry about all that shit I said. Candy Crush is God now, so here we go.
Did you ever talk about Candy Crush?
I did. I
You did.
insulted it on I insulted it on a long list of gem swapper titles.
I really went at Rainbow Six Siege. I really went at Rainbow Six Siege.
It's easy to take pot shots at Ubisoft. You know what, Ubisoft? If you didn't want us talking so much shit, maybe you shouldn't make it so easy.
Yeah, Ubisoft will be my general go-to for when I'm angry. I've got a punching bag in my room that's just labeled Ubisoft.
Right, right. Is it next to your fucking EA uh I don't, I don't know. I don't know why I can't remember the name of the fucking punching sack. It looks like it's a piece of fucking fitness equipment, and it looks like a testicles hanging down. It's like a little loose
Oh,
sand sack,
the one that
and
bounces back and forth, and you build
yeah,
up,
and
for boxing.
yeah, you beat it with your fists, and that was what I was gonna make the joke, but I can't
I
for
hit
the
my mic.
fucking life of me remember what the name of the jumble bag is.
I don't know what it's called.
The pummel sack.
Ball sack on ceiling. That's gonna be something
The
weird for my my FBI agent to see.
the dangle banger. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it's called. I just point of the matter is, fuck all of the companies that we talked shit about in the episode that you never heard.
Boxing equipment. I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah, you're gonna identify the name of the dingle dangle sack.
Yeah. While we're speaking.
All right, that's excellent. Uh, yeah, you think of the name of the fucking bludgeoning uh uh,
I think
uh
it's just called a speedball, actually.
Bangalore speedball.
I think it's just called a speedball or something.
Speed bag.
Speed bag. Yeah, there it is, right there. Speed bag. It
Speed
is a
bag.
speed bag.
Oh, it's a speed bag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh, uh. So there's a boxer, right? And he's punching the speed bag, and he's just fucking drumming away at it. And so somebody walks into the room and says, "Whoa, man, what did that speed bag do to you?" And then the boxer turns and he looks at the man and he says, "Can you not talk to me right now? I'm trying to get ready, and this is a really big event for me. If I fuck up here, like that guy could knock my ass out. I really have to be ready for this moment." And then they go, "Yeah, okay. I was gonna offer you a milkshake." And then the wrestler goes, "No, no, no. Look, that doesn't fit with my diet. I just like I have to have a very specific protein carb load so that I have the energy and the power that I need when it comes time for the fight. And I have to do that whole fast first. I haven't eaten in days. Haven't you noticed?" I said, "Wow, I was wondering why all that extra carne asada was in the fridge." And the boxer says, "It's all right, man. I respect you as my roommate and as my friend, so I'm not gonna fucking bust your balls about it anymore. But you mind giving me a little bit of space?" And the friend says, "Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of more space, but I just want you to know I really appreciate how nice you talk to me because my dad really isn't friendly in the way. And look, man, could you please leave the ring? I'm really not. I can't handle this kind of stuff bumbling around in my head right now." And it's like, okay, yeah, 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 no, you're right, man. I'll come back later. And then he walks out of the room.
I'm doubled over right now. You have no idea. I'm just dying on the floor crying.
I could hear your roaring
Yeah, just
laughter
it's
from the other side
crazy.
of the
I'm just
microphone.
I'm just
Oh
in
yeah, oh yeah.
tears right
No, I don't
now with
know.
it.
I
That's
don't know
just
what
so
your
funny.
I don't know what your editing skill has arrived at, but if you could just
Put in a laugh
insert
track.
gradually ramping sitcom laughter at each
Uh,
of these normal unfunny things that these people said to each other,
I
I would
really
be
bet I could do that.
pleased as fucking punch.
I bet I could do that. I would just
Goodness
have to
gracious.
find a laugh track, download said laugh track, and upload the audio in the right areas.
Oh my God. If you just put laugh tracks on all of the shit we say today, we won't even have to be funny. We'll do it Big
We'll
Bang
just be a
Theory style.
sitcom.
Yeah. we'll, we'll we'll just fucking
Uh,
like say regular normal people things to each other and make it go
we'll just be Jerry
ah.
Seinfeld. Hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
internet, fuck Jerry Seinfeld. That guy's not funny. And I'm very upset
Okay.
that he's like the most successful comedian in existence. And then you get on a
Now,
plane and you sit down. Everybody loses their shit. That's it. That's. Hmm. Hmm.
hmm
I get upset about it. I don't like Jerry Seinfeld.
Now, okay, I understand the hate for Jerry Seinfeld. I've not enjoyed his stand-ups very much in the past. There's a couple of good jokes interspersed between a lot of all right. His show once again had a couple of periodically amusing tidbits, but most of it was like, yeah, this is fine. But it was comedians in cars getting coffee that really made me pleased as punch. I quite enjoyed watching those other comedians bounce off of Jerry Seinfeld. I felt when Jerry Seinfeld had another person to sort of bounce around with, that he was really his entertainment level increased because as I watched that show, I realized that Jerry Seinfeld actually has a pretty good talent for engaging on an incredible different number of levels. Like from a couple of comedians who carry themselves like like Italian mob bosses, like smoking cigars and talking slow and being chill, to fucking spastic ADD YouTube caricatures, he manages to engage on all of these entirely different levels and still manage to keep the jokes going and the entertainment of the comedians he talks to. I feel like I would like Jerry Seinfeld if I met him in person. But no, I do not enjoy the fucking stand-ups either.
I believe Jerry Seinfeld has what one good thing to the comedic realm.
What's that?
Do you like jazz?
Fucking Barry B. Benson?
Barry
Are you
B.
saying
Benson.
are you saying that Barry B. Benson is Jerry Seinfeld's crowning achievement?
Yes. Yes, I am.
You know what?
Undoubtedly.
That is the only bee I've ever known who's stolen a human woman from her boyfriend. It is truly an astounding turn that movie takes.
I would like to talk about sitcoms for a minute, but before that, can we talk about how he has the bee has a daydream. Barry B. Benson daydreams about being on this date with whatever, I don't know what her name is in the movie. I don't remember.
Right.
It's been a long time since I've seen
We'll,
it.
we'll
And
call her
she
Jane because
dies.
she looks like one.
She dies in the daydream. She crashes her little like plane thing and it explodes.
Oh my goodness.
That is something that they just included in the movie.
Yeah, man.
She
There was a lot of quality punnage in that movie. They really went overboard with the bee puns. They just could not get enough of it. Mind you, mostly it was the same pun over and over, but they really got a couple of good ones in there too.
They definitely did. Okay, I want to talk about sitcoms.
Hit me with
Hit
sitcoms.
you with sitcoms. Can we talk about
Okay,
how
hold up.
terrible sitcoms are?
I gotta take this jacket off. It is way too warm in here.
You're wearing a
Just
jacket?
one moment.
You live in Vegas. You're inside.
Okay, I've returned. Yes, I wore a jacket. Yes, I live in Vegas. Yes, it is still cold outside in the winter time. And yes, I am shirtless and was wearing a jacket over no shirt. In order to preserve my warmth during the sitting outside and smoking weed, because I'm not some sort of indoor smoking heathen.
I briefly went into my room. Sorry if you heard the fan.
This is quality content, you know.
Yeah, no, we're doing
This,
great. We're doing we're
this
doing we're
right,
so
this
hype
right.
right now. We're just making jokes left and right.
Yeah, both of us take a moment to step away from the podcast in the middle of the podcast, which I really think is a unique
Style
move
of podcast.
as far as presentation and style go, you know.
Can we do
A
a
real
podcast
fucking
but neither of us
classy.
I'm sorry. Can we do a podcast but neither of us are on the mic at any
Yeah.
point during the pod? It's an hour of silence. New innovation.
It's just a recording of like a rotating fan going left and right in front of a microphone.
Yeah, yeah, we're just doing a podcast and it's the entire time.
I don't know. I feel like that we should release that just to like a fucking mellow rotating fan noises to work or study to, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Hi-fi low beats.
And it's just oh fuck.
I would
Man.
like to get on the topic of sitcoms because
Sit,
those are
sit, sit,
so
sit,
bad. Do you like
sitcoms. No,
sitcoms?
I'm just gonna keep diverging you from the topic so that it's incredibly difficult for you to talk about the one topic that you wanted to talk about at the start of this
Yeah.
conversation. Yes, I like some sitcoms. I've enjoyed quite a bit of sitcom in my time. I watched a good amount of Two and a Half Men, and I enjoyed a couple of other really quality ones.
I am firmly against any sitcom that has a laugh track in it. Right. Because like I'll start to
That's
laugh at
isn't
something
that
funny that
most
happens.
sitcoms
Yeah, that
though?
is most sitcoms, but you take something like Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something, they don't have a laugh track. Right? And
Right.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is fucking gold. All right?
Hmm. Oh, have you
Fantastic.
seen Sirens?
Sirens. No, what is that?
Oh, you'd be fucking tickled pink by Sirens. So
Tickled
first of all,
pink.
tickled fucking pink.
Having an
Uh,
allergic reaction.
Having an allergic reaction from too much laughter. So, Sirens is about a first responder ambulance crew, and the three characters are this one guy. He's a Irish guy that he's a super straight kind of bro at the bar kind of presentation, and he's dating this cop lady, and his best friend and sort of co-pilot, I guess you could call him, in the rig is this big huge black gay dude who is absolutely hysterical. And the two of them, their dialogue and them being, you know, like diehard best friends who always give each other shit and are busting each other's balls, but also that dynamic of the gay guy and the straight guy fucking with each other and talking about, you know, which guys are hot and which fucking whatever the thing is, was really good. And then the newbie on the team who, uh, when he comes in, they tell him he was a Navy SEAL, uh, and it turns out he was not a Navy SEAL. He was a Navy Coast Guard trainee, so he's still fresh. And but the dynamic and the characters that were fleshed out was all really beautiful and fucking killer comedy, man. Excellent jokes.
Sirens. You said it's called
Sirens.
Sirens.
Sirens, that is correct.
Does it have a laugh track?
Does not have a laugh track.
Good.
Specifically why I recommended it to you.
I can't. Right. I
Right.
like Friends. I like the show mostly because of Chandler. 'Cause Chandler's witty and funny.
Fucking hate Friends, but go on.
I like specific like
I'm
Ross
gonna
is
catch some mad
awful.
fucking
All
internet
right.
flack for that shit. Sorry.
Ross is awful. He's such a shitbag, and I hate Ross. Right? Can't stand him. The Office is mostly good. The things that Jim does is funny, but it's kind of a Jim. It's kind of a shitbag in The
Mhm.
Office.
Mhm.
Um, but like in Friends, they got the laugh tracks, and then Chandler says something that's really funny and really witty, and then they just ruin it. They kill it by just a laugh track, and then it's not funny
Mhm.
to me anymore because it's forced.
Yep. Yep.
You
You want to
can't
hear
make me
one
laugh.
fucking entertaining fact is that all of those sitcoms use the sound effects from the same Hollywood sort of dispensary of sounds, and that canned laughter that they've been using across generations of television is the same canned laughter from decades ago. So all of the people that were laughing in those laugh tracks you hear are now dead. You're hearing ghost laughter in every single sitcom.
You know how I
They're
know
all
this?
dead. Yeah?
You told me
How do you
this
know this?
like 2 years ago.
It's a fact I like to share with people. It's something I just quite enjoy thinking about.
Yeah.
I don't think that's disrespectful. I think using a dead man's laugh is a compliment. I
It's
think that's like a
interesting for sure.
mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
definitely an interesting thing to think about. But stop laughing.
Right.
You're
No
done.
more laughter.
No more.
No
Like
more laughter.
The
If I
Big
hear
Bang
one
Theory
more
is not
laugh
a
in
funny
my
show.
fucking comedy, you know what? If I watch a fucking stand-up comedy and the audience is laughing too hard, I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
like, mm-mm, no more.
No, I'm shutting that shit down. I'm Molotov on the floor and walking away.
Right.
Like
Right. Sometimes they have Netflix special crowds. Have you ever seen them where they laugh way too hard at every little joke? Where it's like they're like it's like this is actually a funny show, but like they're laughing at all the lead ups and shit and
hmm
not at the punchlines, and it's a little disconcerting. It's hard to listen to. It's
or
hard to
like
watch.
late night shows, right? So a lot of late night shows will instruct the audience to laugh.
Right.
When somebody says a joke, and I think it'd be much better if it was just more natural and authentic, right? Because there are certain shows that just the jokes aren't funny and they'll just make them laugh for the same thing, or for not for the same thing. For
Authenticity? How the fuck is that supposed to make
do you know
money?
who Lily Singh is?
Mm-mm.
Lily Singh, yeah, she was a YouTuber. I don't remember if she was a Viner. She may have been, but she got her own late night show, and that's great. She's very successful. Um, she's not funny. She's just
Mm-hmm.
not funny. She mostly made content for children, and they give her own late night show, and it's kind of bombing. Um, I actually don't know if it's still going. I know it was before, but like it's not funny. She'll say anything, and I mean anything, and the audience laughs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? She makes really bad jokes, really bad puns, just things that aren't entertaining. And whenever she's doing an interview, they're not bouncing off of each other like you normally would in a late night show, right? Like
Right.
there's a specific episode with somebody who was a comedian and she was bouncing off of Lily Singer and it was entertaining, it was good, and then they just cut it off with a skit that wasn't entertaining instead of letting it continue, right?
Right.
And so it's very forced. It's not funny at all. It doesn't feel authentic. They're instructing the audience to laugh no matter what, you know.
Right. There was
And
a late night
and
show
Lily Singh, sorry,
oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
and Lily Singh is dealing with all these people saying, because there are assholes who are just like shitting on her because she's a woman of color who is I believe she's bi. I don't actually know for sure. Um,
Yeah, but shit on her
um,
for the reasons that matter. Her
right,
terrible acting
right.
ability.
I don't think she's inherently like an unfunny person, because if you watch the interviews themselves, where they're bouncing off of each other, it's entertaining. It is entertaining in the way that it should be,
Right.
but they aren't letting that happen. They're just cutting it off with really bad skits that are obviously staged when they're like she dresses up as that Hassan. I don't. He's another comedian. I don't remember his full name. Hassan Minaj or something.
Um, hmm
And she calls him, and then the entire skit is her copying everything he says, like a child would. And he very clearly knew
Hmm.
he was going to get the call, and it's very clearly staged and all this stuff, and that's the whole joke, right?
Right.
Um,
And it wasn't a very good joke.
no, it just it wasn't right. Um, and it
Right.
just was like, like you could do better. Like you could definitely do better. But her response to all of this stuff is to basically call everybody haters and to shit on anybody who like disagrees with the way she's doing things or disagrees with the with it being funny. She just won't acknowledge that it's not
Right.
right. And she was talking about how there's just too much stress and too much on her, and it's like if there's too much on you, you should back off a little bit, right? Like
Right.
it's like I don't know, and I think a lot of, and that's just an example. Like I think a lot of late night shows do things like that all the time. When like, uh, and and this is because I watch a lot of. I only found out about her because of I think it's Drew Gooden, not Danny Gonzalez. Drew Gooden made a video about it, so you should go watch that. He's hilarious. So
I see. I see. Yeah,
I'm gonna
oh,
plug
you
him.
need to
I'm
hit me
gonna
with a
plug him.
link at some point.
I'm gonna plug him. But and
Oh,
he
hell
talked
yeah.
about it. He went over it really thoroughly and stuff, and and he makes some pretty good points about like how Seth Meyers' show changed and they worked around him, but they're not really working around her. They're just forcing this same format that isn't working.
Right.
Um,
Are you familiar with Chris Hardwick?
no, it does sound familiar though.
He's a big guy at Nerdist. So he's done a lot of stuff in the sort of nerdy comedy community. For a while, he ran a show on Comedy Central called At Midnight, and At Midnight was a fucking delight. And so it was like a improv game show style thing where he would give some sort of silly prompt and the three comedians that he had brought on board would hit buttons to make up silly answers, and he would award points completely arbitrarily and at random values for random silly reasons. And it was a good format for getting lots and lots of funny out really fast. But there were some episodes in which a person would be on the show who did not fucking understand the format. Like it was clear they didn't watch any episodes of it beforehand. They didn't know what was going on or how to handle it or how to make things up on the spot like that. And it was always really hard to watch. And it's not that they weren't funny people, maybe in some cases, but in most of the time it was clear they didn't have an understanding of what the fuck was going on here. So uh but it was kind of lovely to watch that whole thing, and eventually Comedy Central canceled him for like being too fucking funny or some shit. I don't know.
They canceled him for being too fucking funny.
Yeah, that's my guess. That's my only guess. And any other guesses? I will put my fingers in my ears and go la 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 la. Uh, so so yeah.
I think there's well, I think like there are definitely some unique like late night shows, right? Like Eric Andre's show.
Hmm.
If you
That
have
shit
you ever
gets
seen that?
wild. I've seen some of it. I don't tend to like Eric Andre much. Just just period, just full stop.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of funny bits that have been on that show, and I've for sure seen a lot of funny bits that he's been a part of. Uh,
Yeah, I think he does what he does well, and it's fairly unique to the late night show because what they do is they work around him, right?
right,
Instead of working around basic format, like if he did what Stephen Colbert does, it wouldn't be funny,
right.
you know.
It's Eric Andre's unique brand of silly craziness, and he really brings to the show like a lot of himself, which is what makes it sort of so special and so interesting to watch. And like people like Stephen Colbert or like who the fuck ran the show before Trevor Noah?
Oh, Jon Stewart.
Yeah, Jon Stewart, an
I love
absolute
that guy.
legend, absolute legend.
What a hero.
Uh, yep, he's the most middle ground person I've ever known. His ability to make fun of everybody on all sides at all times was truly incredible and special to me. Uh, and Trevor Noah. is funny, and I think he's got a good heart, but he's not Jon Stewart, and
Yeah,
that's
it definitely
fine.
isn't the same.
It's fine. It's not like I needed it or to be Jon Stewart's show or whatever. I don't watch I don't watch the Daily Show as much, just on account of like Trevor Noah. He's a different guy, and he's a little more partial, and he's intelligent. But I came here to listen to everybody get shit on, and once again, I'm being told how to think, and I get enough of that from the news channels. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right. I think too. It's been like much heavier, much harder to because I do like watching the Daily Show, right? But it hasn't been
Right.
as easy to watch since the pandemic has happened because I think there are a lot of like parts where he bounces off the audience pretty well. I think he does a very good job
Hmm.
of talking with the audience and going off of the energy that they're giving. And it seems it's like not as good to watch with the pandemic because he's not with the audience, which is the right call, of course, because nobody wants
Right.
to. We don't want to get anyone sick. So,
Well,
um,
and not to mention the fact that there's been so much hardness and bitterness in recent years, that just trying to feed off of the general populace's energy and trying to make yourself go forward by following that wave is a little harder when that wave's so stuck and so stagnant, you know?
Did you know that Jon Stewart got an award from like the New York Fire Department or something? Like he was
I feel like I
advocating for
heard
them
that.
to get yeah, he was
Oh,
advocating on
no,
the Senate
I
floor.
watched. If you can watch his speech because it brought tears to my
No,
eyes.
it's very good. It's
That
that
is
man
heavy
is
shit.
he's so well spoken.
If yeah, if any of you get the chance, go ahead and Google and look up and see if you haven't already, of course. John Stewart's efforts towards getting money and support for 9/11 first responders, the fire crew and such that were working there. Where it was an incredible thing that he did, trying to unfuck a situation that has been so tremendously fucked by bureaucracy and that has been so callously looked away from by our leaders. His ability to put emotion and caring and make real forward progress was astounding and touching.
No, I agree. I think that he's very well spoken and he obviously cares a lot. Obviously he wouldn't
Hmm.
even do these things
Hmm.
because it's not like he's advocating for it and then not doing anything. He was on the Senate floor giving the speech himself.
Right.
Like he's
If we're advocating for amazing people, I'd also like to throw
Keanu Reeves.
Mike Rowe down on the table.
Mike Rowe,
Actually,
really? I actually don't know
uh,
much about
the
Mike Rowe.
the dirty jobs guy. That guy has spent a long, long, long life uh, going to every single different kind of human being's job and doing it for them, and literally situation after situation, putting himself in the shoes of others. And he has, I imagine, come to understand people a little bit more. So if you get the chance, he's got a book that is really nice. I'm not trying to get you to go and make purchases or anything because I know I personally hate being advertised to, but the way he speaks in his book is exactly the way that he speaks in real life. If you can find a video of him talking about, I don't know, fucking anything. He's casual and he's friendly, and he puts really really complicated, really really heavy topic matters into simple and compassionate terms and phrases. And I think he can do that so well because of how immensely intelligent he is, and his ability to engage at a level where anybody can understand what he's saying and still say truly profound things. It kind of amazes me. So if you ever get the chance to just hear Mike Rowe tell any of his stories, then give it a listen because he's got an entirely unique voice, and I believe he truly does have a kind heart. He wants the best for everybody.
I know he advocates a lot for people to do these dirty jobs still, because it needs to get done basically. And he's like, these jobs
Right,
are good paying, and to
right.
support all these things. Um, I know that there was a
Hmm.
YouTube ad for that. I don't know much about Mike Rowe myself. I didn't watch a whole lot of Dirty Jobs,
Right.
I did see a YouTube ad with him recently. I think it was about his book. Um,
Hmm.
and I did actually watch that
I would
ad.
recommend to you, Sergio, because you're a friend and not one of our audience members, to buy the book and
Ha,
to
you're not
read
our
it for
friends.
yourself.
Sorry.
You're not fucking loser. But I really do think that you would find his storytelling entertaining and meaningful, and even as somebody who has trouble sitting down and paying attention to one thing, I think you'll still have an appreciation for his language and the way he talks, and the way he leads you into the story and hooks you and grabs you is unique, and in a way that I haven't seen other authors manage to do.
Right, I definitely yeah. I see. I like to read, and then I never actually finish a book because I'm ADHD galore, and I will get full on distracted. But I do end up reading books. Like what I tend to do is I'll read a chapter, I'll walk away, I'll read a chapter, I'll walk away, I'll read a chapter, I'll walk away, and then eventually I get it done in a few weeks because
Eventually,
I
there's no
just
more
give
chapters.
myself like I really yeah. There's eventually no more chapters, but I don't sit down and I don't read for hours at a time. I read for 15 minutes and then I'm done.
Right.
Uh, and
That's a
that's
really
basically how I
reasonable way
get
to do
to
it.
that's how I get through pretty much any story or any
Hmm. Hmm.
book or anything that I
This
need
is
to
a
read
hard turn. This is a hard turn, but
from
I need to let
sitcoms.
you know that no, from no, I was about to make another hard turn,
Oh,
another fucking
nice. We're really
in a whole different fucking direction.
yeah.
It was a guy that was talking to me today, and I just want to lay it down for you. He said that he asked me how often I masturbated, and let me know,
What? Wow.
and he let me know that he was doing it every single day. And I need you to know, if you're out there and you're listening and you feel alone and you don't know how much is the right amount to touch yourself, often it's fine. It's good for you. It keeps those organs pumping. It keeps all your production nice and good. It helps prevent prostate cancer and helps keep your testicles in working order. So just fucking, it's cool, bro. Masturbate as much as you want. You're not gonna hurt yourself. Okay.
All right. First of
I had
all,
to.
hell yeah, masturbate all you want. Where the fuck did that come from?
Sorry. You were. Yeah, I can't even remember what the connection was that drew me to that
What could
place,
have
but
possibly brought that up?
it suddenly became overwhelmingly and all-consumingly important to deliver my message to the people. It is fine. You can masturbate as much as you want, and I just needed everybody to know right here, right now, it's okay. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna grow fucking hair on your hands. It's fine.
I genuinely was that was one of the last things I was expecting at all. I really did not see that coming. You like we took a turn and I went in a loop when it happened. I was not ready. Like around the
uh,
corner there might as well have been a car, like just a car with like a big license plate that said it's okay to masturbate and they just hit me going 60.
yeah, yeah. It's like it's like I told you, like, hey, be careful if you walk around that corner. There's a guy that's gonna hit you, and you go, that's okay. I can fucking deal with that. And like you didn't expect the lead pipe in the guy's hand, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I guess that's still a hit, but I wanted to know more about the power imbalance before I rounded this corner.
Just yeah, just the
You,
yeah, like okay, that's a bit different than just hitting me. That's gonna concuss me. Like,
wait, that's a problem.
uh,
Yeah, yeah, no, it's kind of like that. Fuck. Well, this has been one drained and mellowed out ass episode
oh,
of podcast
definitely,
by
it
podcast.
definitely has not been the same feel as the other ones, which is fine. That's all right.
It
Sometimes
is.
it needs to be a little more like this. But the
This
only
episode,
reason it's mellowed out is we weren't planning on doing one today.
right?
We were really hyped up for it. It's been kind of a rough week. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
more for Adam than it has been for me. But like, it's just not. It's been a draining week in itself.
Right. This is the
So
only podcast by podcast we've done in which we had to make a separate preamble discussion before we engaged here at the podcast
we did.
level. So like like it's been tough, and just know, if you've got a friend out there who's got some shit they need to talk about, you don't have to solve their problems. All you need to do is be kind and compassionate and sit back and be there for them, because there's not enough kindness in the world, and being kind is enough.
Yeah, that's kind of even how we started doing this podcast in the first place. Was you and I just talked about things like that, and we ended up just talking about other things, and just it kept going, and we realized that we we just keep talking kind of deal, you know.
Right,
So we just
right.
decided to do this.
There was a lot of fucking words being thrown around and being
Yeah,
thrown back and forth, and it's a little chaotic. It's a little ADD, and it's a little hard to keep track of if you're one of those one single cohesive idea motherfuckers. But like it's catharsis for us, and I hope it, in a small way, it's catharsis for you too. You know.
definitely. I've got something that's been bothering me a little bit this week that I think is funny. Um, you know Chance, you know Chance. Um,
I do know Shansei.
uh, oh man, this guy. he
He's endlessly infuriating. I just want to preamble this with I do know the guy and I know him to be a motherfucker. So like uh no like Chance, if you want to fucking talk it out with me, hash it out with me, that's cool.
I want to
But
get him on the podcast at some point, and I've talked to him about this too, because I gotta know, right?
right.
What is in his head, and how is it in his head? Like, I just don't
Every
understand. I
every
try my hardest to understand people. Like I have Asperger's, so I know that I think a bit differently. So I go pretty far out of my way to talk with people, to understand their points
right,
of
right.
view, to understand why people do the things they do, because things are pretty straightforward for me. I cannot grasp this guy at all. I've had dozens of conversations that are hours long with this guy, and every time I come
Every
out angry.
every time I've spoken with the guy, he seems to avoid talking or declaring anything about himself at all costs. Like, I asked him what his favorite kinds of games were, and he couldn't give me a straight answer. I
Hmm.
asked him what games he's been playing, and he wouldn't tell me any solid words. I asked him what game he'd like to play, and don't even fucking get me started on that.
I uh I think this guy has like the biggest case of like cognitive dissonance and narcissism in any human being I've ever met. It's pretty crazy.
Hmm.
Because you can
I
see
heard he
like in
was
moments
upset because I was calling him bro a lot.
he was upset for that.
Yeah. I was
Oh,
calling him bro
I
in
remember this,
chat,
and he
and
was
he
like,
got
"Don't
like,
call me bro." I'm
and
not your fucking
I
bro.
was I was mostly just bullshitting. I didn't give a shit, and I wasn't like trying to piss him off or anything. But
Oh
I
no,
guess
you were
when he
calling
told me
him
later,
brother.
brother, I kept
Yeah.
calling him brother. What's up, brother? Yeah, yeah. It's because I really desperately wanted to fucking get a reaction out of that guy. Any reaction. I didn't care what direction it was, but I could not get words or thoughts out of him, and it was frustrating. It was frustrating. Now, imagine if on podcast we try to fucking unbury this guy's shit. Who knows what we'll find?
I would love to attempt. You know, I've talked to him about it, and he has no problem with the world knowing. That's why I'll talk about it here. I don't want to shit on the guy. I don't think he's necessarily a bad person. I think he's had some bad shit happen to him, and his brain is protecting him at this point. But holy
Right.
shit, it is hard
Well,
to talk to
well,
him.
and the good news is that knowing Chance, I think the way that I do, I'm pretty sure he will not have listened to this podcast this far in.
No, absolutely not. No, he
And I think
he
the worst possible case scenario is somebody like, like hitting it with the YouTube link with like the seconds referenced and like sending it to him. But even so, I don't know if it would affect the guy. Like I
I
don't know.
I don't know either. I know like I don't think he would watch it in the first place because um like he got into a fight with my brother. He is one of my brother's friends. That's how I know him. Um,
Right.
and it is very hard to piss off my brother.
Right.
Very difficult. I am much more opinionated and much more um, vocal about things
Right.
than my brother is, so
Right.
I'm much easier to piss off. And this guy like managed to get under my brother's skin and managed to get my brother to stop talking to him because my brother was sending him things, being like, "Hey, like if you're going to keep complaining about things, but you can change things. You have the power to do things and to do this and to do that." But he wasn't reading the messages. He was just like, "Oh, I skimmed it." And then my brother sent him another message being like, "What the fuck, dude? You're not even going to read my messages? Why are you even going to complain to me then?" You know?
Right.
And he
Right.
didn't read that message either. So my brother was like, are you fucking kidding me?" And just blocked him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but recently they started talking again, and he's back in our Discord server and everything, and so we've been talking to him a little bit again, and we got to talking about strip clubs because Chance, if you've talked to Chance, he's a very horny man, um,
Mhm.
who he cares a lot about sex, um,
Right.
and he seems to like base self worth on it,
Mhm.
and he like talked about how because the conversation was like eating in a strip club. Like, what else are you gonna do, right? I mean, they've got food
Right.
there. Why not? Like,
Right.
um, and he was like, and he was arguing with the point of doing that in the first place because he says he can't eat and watch anime at the same time, um,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
which is interesting.
Right.
but um
Well,
but
everyone knows you can't chew and read both at once.
but um he was like, I wouldn't even go to a strip club in the first place because I'm not a horn dog, and I just went off on it. I really
Mhm.
just like was like, are you kidding me? You are the horniest motherfucker I've ever met in my life. It's the only thing you talk about.
Right.
Um, but I did find it entertaining that he was like, because he was talking about how he the reason he couldn't eat and watch things at the same time is because he wanted to follow the storyline, but he has to look away because he has to look at his food to make sure there's not cat hair on it, and he has the subtitles
Mm-hmm.
on. And it's like, okay, clean the cat hair. And and the entire time he's just making excuses about how lint rollers don't work and how nothing would work and there are no solutions to anything, and, and he just wouldn't listen to us. And for a brief moment, he almost like he admitted it for a brief moment that there was something he could do, and then immediately doubled back on it and went, "Well, actually,
Right.
no, no, no." Like his brain
Right.
realized what was happening.
Like he was like, no, there's no situation in which I could be wrong, so I'm just gonna keep throwing words out until they stop bothering me.
Right, right. The cognitive dissonance shit. Like I was just, oh, it just astounds me. Oh, and
It's
we
e-
probably had,
easy to get frustrated with, to be sure.
yeah, there were three of us, and he said some other things that really just got under my skin, so I had to leave call because I couldn't deal with it anymore. I didn't want to talk to him anymore. But there were
Right.
three of us trying to talk to him and trying to be reasonable with him and ask him questions, and he just was so
Right.
unreceptive to anything in
Right.
every capacity.
Unreceptive, I think, is the best summary word that describes Chance, from my knowledge about him.
Yeah, absolutely, and man, I don't know what, and I do really want to get him on the podcast one of these days because I think it would just be interesting, frustrating for us, probably frustrating for the people listening to him. But fuck,
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe there's something we don't see, and maybe
Right.
maybe there's something. That's why I keep having conversations with the guy because
Right.
it's almost like a need to know type deal. You know how I'm addicted to those mobile game ads. Like I gotta
It's
know
it's
what
like
is going on.
it's like a mystery only partially uncovered. Like I have all the clues, I just need to
Yeah,
piece them together.
I want to help. I've got to figure out what's going on first. Like,
Right. Right.
ugh.
Yeah, man. Oh God. So me and Greek boy broke up again.
Again?
Like
Wait, when did you get back together, Adam?
we did not get back together. It just here I'll explain how it went down.
All right.
So after that, I told you about all of that shit going back and forth to get frustrated with each other,
Yeah, yeah.
having our fucking blowout. Okay. Well, the motherfucker texted me back again after that. After that whole drama
Mm-hmm.
that I told you about, asking for fucking sex again. And and he's like, I totally understand if you wanted to have sex with me. And I'm like, look, motherfucker, I need to make it clear. Okay, so let me set the scene for you, right? It was fucking Valentine's Day. You remember Valentine's Day?
I do, yes.
I drank and I drank and I drank because I was single on Valentine's Day, and I don't know if any of you are aware, but that is the single person's Valentine's Day tradition. Uh, and so February 15th, I was up at 5 a.m. puking in my shower, and at 6 a.m. these fucking texts start rolling in. And so I am recently vomited, still in the midst of a hangover, and all of my like not having had not enough sleep for the night. All of my fucking filters are down, every last goddamn one of them. So I just let him have it. And that bigger being the bigger man thing, I didn't do any of that.
Sometimes it be like that, dog.
so, but I just kept and I mean, you'd be impressed with the amount of restraint I showed having these arguments with this guy, but it was just like circles and circles and circles and circles. Him calling me a liar and me calling him a motherfucker, and just going around and around and around and around, and I'm like, what do you even seek to fucking gain from this anymore, man? Like you don't trust me, I don't like you, so why the fuck are you still here? And I'm not gonna block the guy, because if I block the guy, I lose, and I can't explain that. but it's a fact in my brain that is undeniable and complete. So I keep on arguing with the motherfucker until just going and going and going, and eventually I'm like, look, man, I'm so fucking tired of it, man. Like, your bullshit sticks like tar. Every time I think that you're finally gone, you fucking come back again. And I said, am I not being honest enough with you right now, motherfucker? Am I not like being clear enough how much I don't fucking want you right here, right now? And like, and he kept going and going and going and going until eventually, here, I want to read you these last couple of things, and I'm not gonna put him on blast. I'm not gonna say his name or any other whatever. But if he's listening, this is the real words that he said, and fuck you, buddy.
Also, I would like to know Adam has not told me the guy's name, which is why we refer to as Greek boy. We're not just shitting on Greek people.
We're not just shitting on Greek people in general. Well, I'm shitting on one particular Greek person. You know who you are, motherfucker. And I said, he said to me, and I quote, uh, uh, he said, I didn't lie, you did. So change what? Be a liar? No, I won't. Thanks. And I said, be fucking nice to people. They'll stick around longer. And he said, I've been so much fucking used and lied that I can't be nice. And you don't worth it to be nice. And then I said, then fuck off. I only talk to nice people. And he said, you got a broken man. You gave him hope. You let him open himself up to you. You saw how fragile he is, and yet you did it. I told you I only want honesty. And I replied, I got a needy guy in my DMs. I told him not to fall in love. I opened up to him. He fell in love anyway, got hurt, lashed out, and couldn't let go when I walked away. I said, I was busy. I didn't lie then, and I won't lie to you now. I'm going to bed for real this time. And then he sends me something along the lines of, okay, but I want you to know that I still care about you. And then when I woke up the next morning, he had deleted the message part that said he still cared about me, which I'm going to be real, I chuckled a little bit. So yeah. Fucking, that was my catharsis. That was my scream. That was my fuck you. He got his fuck you, I got mine, and I haven't talked to him since. So, fuck it, bro.
Yeah, hopefully for both of your sakes, this is over, and it doesn't have to. He doesn't message back or anything.
I've seen him. I've seen him once or twice in the same chat that I troll. And when he's chatting, I don't chat. I'm just like, I don't need to spare him the consideration, but he doesn't chat often enough for me to give a shit. And when I'm chatting, he doesn't show up, so that's fine. I can respect that. So there we go.
Catharted.
Catharted. Can that be the name of the episode?
Catharted. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's excellent.
I've got so much. Oh man, I've got to edit tonight, and then I gotta get up. I gotta edit tomorrow night too.
If you want to do a late release, man. Don't
No,
even
no.
fucking worry your ass about. If you wanted to do
I'll do it probably
like a
later in the day, but I
right,
won't do late.
okay,
I'm still gonna get it done tomorrow
you
or
gonna
by
gonna
tomorrow.
keep that schedule. I got
Hmm.
mad respect for that, brother.
Yeah,
Keeping on the roll going.
it's not too difficult for me. These edits take me maybe half an hour to 30 minutes to
Right.
an
Well,
hour.
you
So,
have at least 67 laugh tracks to add, so I'd fucking buckle up and get ready to work, buddy.
no. I'll just message John Stewart and ask him if he's got any in his closet.
Excuse me, John. I'm short on laugh tracks, please.
uh, Better get Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, yeah. Jerry Seinfeld, for sure, will have a laugh track
I'm
or
gonna
two.
replace all the laugh tracks with "Do you like jazz?"
Well, Jerry Seinfeld has enough money now. He doesn't even need a laugh track. He could just like employ a handful of people to follow him around and laugh at his jokes.
Do you think he does? I would. I totally would.
Would you?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I
That'd be funny as fuck.
I would hire that group, but I wouldn't hire them to laugh at my jokes. Because I want my joke responses to be organic. If I'm gonna stay on top of my joke game, people really have to. Oh, by the way, I think I can try another joke now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so there's a guy. He's playing virtual reality. Uh, he's he's in a horror game, right? And he's playing this horror game, and he's really fucking scared, and he's creeping through, and he's watching out for the bad guys that are chasing you down, and he's shakily clutching his virtual gun in his hand, and then his brother walks in and fucking yanks his pants down around his ankles. And then boom, the robots swarm out, and they're coming from every fucking angle. Now my pants are around my ankles, and I gotta fight off a fucking swarm of robots with only my fucking VR gun and my fucking pants around my ankles, and I just gotta live with that fact. Yes, I know I didn't wear underwear today. Yes, he's probably displeased he's seeing my bojangles now, but goddamn, I'm gonna win this encounter. And then the pants are a later problem. Oh shit, that wasn't a joke. That was a personal
Yeah,
experience.
that sounds like a thing that happened for real. Do you want to talk about it, Adam?
No, I'm just happy there was a real genuine laugh at the end.
You got me. You finally got me.
I did.
See, I would need to have people around me because I'm not, like pay them because I'm not actually funny, you know.
Right,
So I would
right,
just pay them to laugh, like, you know, I would have a thing taped to my back that just says laugh, and it would have a board over it. And whenever I would just like pull up something so that it would show the laugh thing, and they'd laugh whenever I wanted, you know. Um,
right,
and just to make them look like terrible, I would pay them a lot. Don't get me wrong, I would pay them a lot.
right.
We're talking like $100,000 paychecks, full benefits. You know, the family gets benefits too.
Are they
However,
the are they
if
are they
somebody
the
says
guys?
something fuck up and I pull the thing because I want to make them look bad and they have to laugh, they have to laugh.
Right. And if I feel like that'll be really excellent because if you're paying them that nice, that'll earn you the benefit of also doing the thing where like you like put your hand up and they all stop laughing simultaneously and instantly,
Yeah,
like the fucking cut of the laughter, the power move, just to establish I'm God here. This is
yeah.
my zone.
That's what this is actually. It's just to it's for my ego.
Of
So
course. What else would it be for?
that's I'm gonna become president for my ego actually.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hell, it seems to be enough.
We're gonna lose people for that one.
Hey, 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 my Trumpies, what up? Hey. so, so I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk about politics on this show, but
Oh yeah,
we
fuck
have
yeah.
we have some very strong opinions, and it's most certainly going to upset people.
Oh
I
fuck yeah,
believe
I don't give a fuck.
I believe that everybody has a right to their own opinion, and I also believe that nobody should be free of ridicule. Everybody gets the jokes, no exceptions.
Oh, do we cut it
So
there?
That's fine. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
that seems
You know
good.
what? This is fucking podcast by podcast. It was nice having y'all.
No, that's not how we do this. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
Oh shit! It was fuck off. This is fuck. Oh fuck it. It's podcast by podcast.